Hello, this is Roger Bisbee from Skill Builder, and today I'm with Jonathan Slattery, all the way from Australia. And he's with a company, or has a company called ConX, yeah? So I'll leave it to you, Jonathan. Explain to our listeners exactly what this is about.
So very good to be with you guys this morning, Roger. All the way in Australia by way of Dublin, Ireland. So you'll notice the accent is a bit more local than across the other side of the world. As for ourselves here at ConX, so we are a construction technology platform designed specifically for the smaller trades and the smaller companies who are out there on site, who are getting their hands dirty and who have to come home at night, at the weekends, and put quotes together for the next job. I'm sure you'll know yourself, Roger, when you're hot, you're hot, and you've got work coming out of your ears, and that's always a great position to be in, but you always need to fill that pipeline and make sure that, you know, you've got work or your team has work for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, because you never know when it might just dry up a little bit. So that's what ConX is here to do, is to help out with that. We have done, and I won't say that I was in the trades myself. I was a labourer when I first arrived out here to Australia. So I do know the trials and tribulations. But our founder, Keith, he was a carpenter here in Sydney and back at home in Ireland for, you know, his working life. And he used to, you know, that was a real problem for him. He was just, as you said, in jail, putting quotes together. Yeah. So what we have done is we've built, we call it, it is called the takeoff tool. So you can upload any set of PDF plans to ConX and use our tools. So we've kind of a select group of tools. You can get area measurements, lineal measurements, volume, you know, things like that. You can use those tools to get any material takeoff that you can do with a scale ruler and pencil and highlighter. So that's really what we're doing, is speeding that whole process up.
So what would we need? A laptop? We wouldn't do this on the phone, would we? Is it?
It's difficult to do it on the phone, but you can access all the work that you have done on your laptop on the phone. So yeah, definitely PC and laptop. So as I said, you can come home, you can set out your templates. So, I mean, look, you know yourself, if you do have the plastering jobs done, you're measuring the same thing every time, you know, the same 5 to 10 items or material list that you take off. So you set up your templates and you just run over it. And I kind of, when I first got into the whole construction technology game, I came across an interesting, I suppose, well, it wasn't a piece of advice, but it was definitely kind of an observation. The guy I was listening to had said, look, construction isn't slow to take up technology. There's just no technology that's been built for construction. So we were shoehorned into, you know, it worked for the manufacturing industry. So, you know, construction, you take this and you use it for your purposes, and it just didn't work. Or accounting software for, you know, big, you know, firms or whatever like that. And it was like, okay, well, you use it for your construction project, and it just never really fit. So it was easier to go with what you knew than to try and work around a product that didn't quite fit for construction. And I think, not just ConX, but I mean, there's a real raft of and really good construction software that's coming online now that's been built directly for the guys who are in the trades, you know, who are feeling the pinch and who are tired at night and they just want to have their tea and go to bed. So, you know, there's loads of really great stuff coming online, and I'm really happy to say that ConX is up there with some of the really good softwares that's helping guys out.
Yeah, one thing that I really like about software, let's call it estimating software at the moment, just with the broad umbrella, but you know, a lot of software is that when I've done it manually, when I've been sitting down there trying to make up the list and write the figures down and everything else, I make a mistake, and sometimes that mistake can cost me days of labor, you know, because once you've shoved that quote into the customer, you go back to them and say, oh, by the way, sorry, I miscalculated the number of bricks we need. It's now twice as many bricks. And they're going to go, hang on a minute, you know, I've accepted your quote. So you take it on the chin. But those innocent little mistakes that you make, as you say, when you're tired, can actually end up being the difference between profit and loss on a job. And it's no joke. And I mean, I'm sure that every single builder who is watching or listening to this, as it were, has made one of those mistakes at least, where you just go, oh no, you know. So I've always said that if you get the job, if your quota's accepted, that's the time to start worrying. because you
I've heard that before, definitely. And you just think,
what have I missed?
Oh my God, what did I miss?
Yeah, exactly that. Why was I? And it may not even be that you're the cheapest. Hopefully, it's not because you're the cheapest. Hopefully, it's because the customer loves your smile and your winning personality. But if it is because you're the cheapest, you want to know why you're the cheapest.
Exactly.
So we load your program up, yeah?
Load it up, load in a set of plans. And as you said there, look, there's loads of estimating softwares out there as well. ConX, as I said at the beginning of the chat here, we're for the small guys. So, with a 4-minute, 5-minute tutorial on YouTube, you've got everything, and there's some really powerful stuff out there, which if you're building, the London Bridge or whatever, you're going to need that. But if you are, have a kind of a multi-story house that you do need to do the plastering on, or, you got a plumbing job coming up, you can hop onto ConX really quickly and just, get around it and we have guys who are coming on board. We've concreters who are scared of technology, as it were, and they kind of say, you know what, I just hate computers and all to do with it. And once they get going, we've loads of tutorial videos and stuff. They just see how easy it is. They're like, you know what, this has changed how I do work. It gives me the confidence to quote on bigger jobs because, as you said, it's so much easier to track what have I accounted for here and what have I bid on. And then when they win it, they just go back. So in 6 weeks' time, if the job gets awarded, they go back and they say, oh, perfect. This is exactly what I've quoted on. If there's an update in the documents, then you can go back and say, well, this is what I've quoted on. So obviously, if there's an update, we need to charge accordingly.
Absolutely. Brilliant. Now, I'll just ask you, I'm going to have a look at this in detail later on. But I just want to know, how does it travel? In other words, what I'm saying is, there's a big difference. We get this all the time.
Absolutely.
On Skill Builder, people saying, even between the north and south of England, people saying, oh, we don't call it that up here, we call it that. So how does that work when we start looking at something you've made in Australia? And I know you're Irish, obviously, so that helps a bit. But we've still got this huge difference in terminology.
Absolutely. 100%. But I suppose, again, the beauty of ConX is we're not looking to tell you how to do the job. We're giving you the tools to let you do what you do just online. So, I mean, from Australia, we have paying customers in 9 countries, and the UK is our third biggest after Australia and the United States. So we've got guys up and down the UK who are using ConX just to, just quickly do it. As I said, you name everything yourself. You build out your own templates. You just use the system to help speed that up. So definitely we can see there's massive variations between what guys call certain things. And again, you can put in your own prices, et cetera, et cetera. So it's just all to do with how you want to use the system.
Yeah. So basically you're populating it in a way, aren't you? You're putting in exactly what you want. So it sounds promising. So do we buy this as a package or is it a subscription?
So again, kind of ethos is we let you use it as you want to. So you can do it on a monthly subscription, which is $40 for you guys, or you can pay annually, which is $400. You get those kind of 2 months for free. Or do you know what? If it's something you guys, you only might need to do 2 jobs a year, you can pay on a per job basis. So it just depends on what makes sense for you. And then you can, you just use it that way. So if you're building 2 houses a year, you pay on a per job basis, $50 and away you go. If you're doing 2 jobs a week, you're probably better off on the $40 a month plan.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get my head around what it is we're buying from you. Is it cloud-based? Do we need an internet connection when we're using it, or is it something?
Yeah, good question. So it is. It's cloud-based, so it does need an internet connection. So that's kind of definitely one of the things you will need. And then everything is stored online. So if you want to use, you want to do everything on your home computer, and you've got 2 screens set up, and you've got a great home office done, as most people do these days, brilliant. And then if you want to get on site with your laptop and you want to just check out, what did I do there last night? You just pull up your laptop and away you go. Your account is ready for you. Yeah.
So in better times, when we're away on holiday and we're sitting on the sun lounger and we've got to answer a query on it, we can just access all the information. Anywhere.
It's all there. Yeah. And I suppose, look, to that point as well, it just helps, as you said, if in 4 weeks' time someone rings you up and says you've got the job and you're away on holidays and you just, as you said, open up your laptop, great, there it is, Colchester Museum. I know exactly what that is. My guys can be on site on Monday or in a week's time or whenever it is you need it. And you just feel real comfortable with that instead of wondering, did I keep everything in the right filing cabinet in the office?
Yeah. Okay. Well, it sounds like a very interesting bit of software. And as I said, you're not buying software, you're buying your freedom. You're buying time which you can spend doing whatever you want to do rather than being chained to that office desk doing endless quotes, which I've been there, honestly, maybe, 4 nights a week, finishing work 4 nights a week, going out, measuring up, coming back and estimating, and it is purgatory. It's probably the main problem for smaller contractors who can't afford to have somebody specialising. Funnily enough, I just say this, my neighbour's having a new fence done, and the fencing contractor turned up yesterday with his wife, and he was showing her how to estimate a fencing job and saying, this is what you need to be aware of, and you need this and you need that and do this. And obviously what's going to happen is he's so busy that he wants to get to the position where he can just send his wife out. She'd turn up. She's a lot better looking than he is anyway. So hopefully she'd charm the customers and get the job for him. But it was quite interesting to see that he was running through the whole process. And what he should do, of course, is take her out on the tools for a few days or weeks to see her the other side, so she can see the other side. Because I think when you do estimating, that's the thing. You get estimators who are just employed as guys, salesmen who go around and measure up. And of course, when the contractor gets there, he goes, oh no, the guy's forgotten this, he hasn't done that right. It's great to have that hands-on experience when you're doing pricing up. And it's not one of those jobs that you can chuck away to other people. You think you can, and you try it, and then you come unstuck, and you think, "Oh no, I've got to do this, even though I really don't want to do this. I'd love to get rid of this bit of my business somewhere, but I can't because it requires my knowledge and experience."
Exactly right. And you know what? When you are doing it and you're doing it yourself, you get a feel for the job. So you kind of, as you said, you've got that practical experience. Okay, this is curved surfaces here. That's actually going to be a lot harder. I need to price accordingly for that. Where is somebody who's just an estimator, they might just do it over and or if you miss like anything on the job, and if you miss something yourself, you can kind of you can be down about it yourself. But if someone else misses something, it's a little bit more bitter, I always find.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? I'm just thinking about this guy, and I'm assuming it's his wife. It may not be. I may be being really sort of, sexist and old-fashioned, and maybe just be somebody he's hired to do the estimating. But I'm guessing it is his wife, and I'm just thinking that if she gets the job wrong and she's forgotten to include the fence posts on the quote, he's going to be cross with her. So there's another cause for domestic conflict. I hope it works out for him anyway.
I'm sure it will. I often, whenever I'm put onto the wife or the lady in the office, I always think, right, at least I have the decision maker on the phone now who can talk business.
Yeah, it's true, actually. I mean, I've got to say about my wife is that I've run my contracting business, my plumbing business for years, my small building company. And my wife has really been the one that's kept her finger on the money, and made sure everything is running smoothly. So it's a tremendous asset if you can find somebody like that.
Absolutely, yeah, of course.
Yeah, whoever. You don't necessarily have to marry him, but it probably.
No, it's a perk with the job, I suppose, is the job listing. What I've done is I've set up a little profile for you guys, so you can get in and have a muck around at your own accord, but just to kind of give you the bells and whistles. So when you sign up for your ConX account, you can go to your business settings, and I have a nice skill builder logo uploaded for you. So everything you upload here will ultimately end up on a quote or a bid for a job. So again, you get your address, your business number, licenses, whatever you want, and you can save in things like your inclusions and exclusions. Your exclusions tend to be the same with every job you send out. And it's just, again, it's good practice to have that there. And when you do send it out and guys see it, it looks quite professional.
Sure, yeah.
And what you can do then, so just uploading any sets of PDFs, just hit it here, give it a name, and upload from your laptop or PC. Here's the one I've done for you guys earlier, a bit like Art Attack, if anyone remembers that. Here's one I prepared earlier.
I'm still using it.
So look, this is a typical set of plans that we would see on ConX. Just your standard floor plans. And as I said earlier, what you can do is use these tools up here to get pretty much any set of material takeoffs you can think of. So your rectangle, well, you can click, drag and drop, and you've got your area, your bedroom. Rename it up here, bed 1. And you can kind of go through it like this. Your polygon, well, you can create groups, and let's call this carpet, for example.
Yeah.
And you just go around, click to start, click to drop a marker, change direction, and double click to finish when you're finished, and you'll get the area of shapes that are not symmetrical. So there you go there, and you just picks it up here. And so you can pretty much do that and use these sort of things to just get it, as I said, any material takeoff you want. So if you check it here and you get a perimeter of that, you can then turn that into, say, your skirting.
I got it. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's nice.
And then if you want to say, then you got, say, your count items. So if you've got, say, drain pipes, you need to count them up. Just keep counting them up and everything. And again, if you think of this on, say, even a commercial job, electricians, they love that count item because they're counting power outlets across, multiple different stories. And it's just, if you're doing it with the ruler and highlighter and you think, was that 40 or was it 41, or how much did I do on that one?
Right. Yeah. So I want to do my brickwork. Say, I know you don't use brickwork that much in Australia, but I'm going to do.
No, we do. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll keep telling us all we don't do much brickwork, but anyway, I'm going to do my brickwork. So what do I do now? How do I get that figure?
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll go over to maybe the elevation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It can be easier. Delete this. And so just for I suppose purposes, we'll say, what am I doing here? We'll say that this is all brickwork, not cladding.
Got it.
And then so what you do is hit it, give it a new group. Let's call it brickwork. And we'll just say in here is your brickwork. Beautiful.
Oh, okay. Like it. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's good. That's great. Yeah, so we're still looking at an area idea, aren't we? We're just defining an area.
Yeah, exactly. And then what you can do is take out, say, your windows and doors or whatever it is that you need to take out, and then you've got your area here of your brickworks. That's a simple division by your bricks. So how many bricks per square meter, and there you go. You've got your order straight away.
Yeah, nice. Oh, that's all right. Yeah. I can I can do that.
Even you can do that. And then what you've got here is, like, say, for your roof, if you've got that, you can put in your degrees, your pitch. And then, if you were looking at things like concrete, you put in your depth and you'll get your volume. So it's just really speeding all of that up.
Good one. What about, you're giving us a demonstration now, but if somebody's just buying this, is there a demo that comes with it or not? How do you?
Absolutely, yeah. So I think you guys are going to be bombarded with emails from myself over the next couple of days. So we set you up on a kind of a 2-week starter course with emails. So they're 50-second, 60-second videos, and it's just the basics. And of course, if anyone kind of wants to skip through that or get in touch with us directly, you just hit this window down here. Reply to one of us. Keith there's our fearless leader. If I don't pick it up, Keith will usually get onto you pretty quickly, and we can either answer your questions, arrange a demo, whatever it is that you guys need.
Got it. So you're never stuck, basically.
You're never stuck. And look, as I said, it's quite easy to use, and you said to yourself, Roger, you could even pick it up.
Yeah. So, it's interesting when you look at a new bit of software, any software, it looks daunting. You think, but then almost within a very short time, it's become second nature, and you do start clicking at the speed of light. So, no, I think, if you, as you say, some people aren't into computers, some people are, but actually there's nothing to fear from it. As soon as you you've done a couple of quotes, you get the idea, don't you? You can try.
Exactly right.
I think one of the interesting things would be to just take a couple of your old drawings and experiment with them and see how close you get to your original quote.
Absolutely.
You know, because that would be, for a lot of people, they would say, well, I lost money on that job. Let's put it through this ConX and see if I can find out where. They know obviously where they lost money, but it would be interesting to do that really, rather than looking at new work all the time.
And look, that's definitely how a lot of guys get used to it, and there's a 2-week free trial. So that's a good time to get that in there. So you can sign up with your email address. You got 2 weeks to play with it and understand it and decide if it's for you or not. And then, you over those 2 weeks, if you, as you said, do 2 jobs that you've already priced and that you're comfortable with, and you either know what went right or what went wrong, you can go in and you can see, and, time and again, I hear guys say, oh, yeah, it's pretty good. And it saved me a lot of time on the flip side of it.
Yeah. I like your prices, by the way. 7,000 quid for the facial and gutter.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just typing in as I went.
No, that's good though. Bring it on.
Yeah. So look, and this is kind of what it will look like. So, you've got your logo up here. Again, the more information that you've got here, if you have a phone number, as I said, your business number in here, that's what it'll look like. And again, you got your terms and conditions here as well. So you can send that to the contractors or send it to the homeowners, whoever you want. Everything comes up here as is. Yeah.
There's nothing like it. I mean, a lot of guys go, well, I'll get my jobs or recommendations and so on. But when you see a good quote put together, properly spelt, and everything's in the right place, rather than that back of the envelope type scrawl that some builders shove in, it does help. It does build your confidence. You think, okay, these guys have done it before. This isn't their first rodeo, and that to me is the power of a good quote. You get it, the presentation. I know we could say it's all bullshit these days, but it's not. It does tell the customer something about you as a business, I think, really.
I couldn't agree more with you. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Well, that's brilliant. Thank you very much for showing it to us. And I'm sure you'll get lots of inquiries from Skill Builder viewers, listeners, and hopefully you'll be back to show us the new version next year when it's all been... I suppose you're continually developing it, are you? You're always
every time. So we get requests, and if we get enough requests to say we'd love to see this, we put it on the kind of the speed up list, and we bring it in as soon as possible. But we are continuously updating it.
And those people that have, I guess, if you're doing it on a subscription, when you get the new version of software, that's okay. It's all automatic.
Absolutely, yeah. It all just you wake up one morning and it's updated for you. So as it comes, everybody gets it.
Because I hate that thing of buying software and then they go, oh no, that's obsolete now. I think, hang on, I just spent that $1,000.
I just spent the last year getting used to it and paying for it. What do you mean?
Yeah. Great to talk to you anyway, Jonathan. And
fantastic, Roger. Look, it was great to speak to you guys.
Good look at ConX, yeah?
Fantastic.
Thank you.